Welcome to On the Bench, on the Web. I'm Kevin Barry alongside Dan Cohen. No football this week, at least in the American sense. And in honor of the Europeans taking the Ryder Cup, we take a look at the sports that might be more popular overseas.
No epic comebacks on the Hill this past week, Kevin, but the men's and women's soccer teams had plenty of work to do in the Big East. Those squads continued their strong play, but no one's been mightier on campus or in the country than SU field hockey.
That's right, Dan. When you're the top team in the nation and have won the last 33 games you've played at home, you just have a whole different set of things to get upset about. SU field hockey took it to Louisville by a final tally of 3-0 Saturday and only let a trio of shots get to netminder Leanne Stiver. Lauren Brooks, Stephanie Hussey, and Leonie Geyer provided the offensive firepower to lift the Orange over the Cardinals. But for the reigning Big East champs, it's not enough just to win.
It's a challenge we put on ourselves to play our game against them, and that's why we're a bit disappointed today with Louisville, because we didn't quite play the Syracuse way.
They have a standard that they expect of themselves, and today they didn't feel like they've reached that standard.
We didn't play like we wanted to play, and there's a lot to work on from it, but we'll learn from it and move on. We won ugly, but we won, I guess.
The Yale Bulldogs coming to J.S. Cohen Stadium for a matchup against the top-ranked Orange. 8 minutes into the first half, Liz McInerney down the right circle, finding Emma Russell. She slaps in the easy tally. 1-0 SU. 6 minutes later, Orange now up 2-0. McInerney smacks home this penalty corner. Syracuse now leads 3-0. McInerney finished with a goal and 2 helpers on the afternoon. 1 minute later, Jillian Pinder sneaks it past Emily Kane. Pinder finished with 2 goals and an assist on the day. Fast forward 2 minutes left in the first half. Jordan Page with a wicked wrister over Emily Kane. She sends it past the goal line and in. Orange up 5-0 and win 5-0. SU improves to 11-0. But as Chris Luther tells us, Ange Bradley's group isn't about the serious game face atop the polls.
Ask any athlete and they'll tell you winning is fun. And Syracuse field hockey is winning a lot and enjoying themselves while doing it. And with this enjoyment comes a new mode of communication for the team, nicknames.
I'm going to take full ownership of these nicknames because I think it's a rite of passage as a freshman.
Because I spell my name with a G, so everyone says Gil, Gilly, and I suppose Jill as well. So, I mean, I'm nothing too bad anyway.
In my freshman year, they nicknamed me Bambi. It's a long story from that, but everyone has their own little nickname everyone goes by. So on the team, they all call me Bam.
Anna stay in the game Crum, and then Laura on the other side, we call her the Claw because she's really long.
Is there a nickname for you?
I'm sure there's a lot of them that I don't know about.
At this pace, Syracuse could tie its best start in program history. That happened back in 2008 when the team went 14-0. That 14th game this year in 2012, the next time Syracuse returns to J.S. Cohen Stadium to play number 13, Stanford. Chris Luther, CitrusTV.
Post 4 straight shutouts out of conference, lose to Cal State Fullerton. Follow that by distributing back-to-back goose eggs to Seton Hall and UMass. You could say Syracuse men's soccer rode the seesaw in September. Alliteration notwithstanding, the Orange hit the road to Cincinnati for its second Big East game, in line for its 3rd straight win. Victory number 9 of the year would have to wait, as Cincy handed SU its first shutout of the season in a 1-0 decision. Matt Bonner's goal in the 54th minute proved to be enough for the Bearcats, even though the Orange outshot its opponent by 3. It's the 10th time Syracuse has had the advantage in the shots column, and McIntyre's group is now 8-2 in those games. Freshman netminder Alex Bono made 3 stops in the loss. Cuse returns to its home pitch Wednesday against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
The ladies kicked it around this past weekend, and head coach Phil Wedden told his squad the matchup with Seton Hall in the Salt City was a must-win. And they sure played like it, putting 14 shots on net to the Pirates' 3. Orange netminder Brittany Angle needed only 1 save to earn the W. Let's take a look at that matchup with the Pirates at SU Soccer Stadium. Seton Hall came to Syracuse floundering at 5-7, and about 20 minutes in, Jenna Rickens scores with the header off the pass from Alicia Mottershead 1-0. That's Rickens' 2nd goal on the season. 10 minutes later, Seton Hall answers with a goal from Caitlin Ritter to tie it up at 1. There would only be 1 other shot on net from the Pirates on SU goalie Brittany Angle all game long. Now it's 7 minutes left in the half. Alicia Mottershead scores what would be the go-ahead goal, 2-1. She already had the assist back on Rickens' score. That's her 3rd of the season. And Syracuse adds another goal just for insurance. 10 minutes into the second half, Jackie Fiorenzi scores with the header from the pass from Erin Simon. That's the final score of 3-1. The freshman midfielder has started every game in her short college career. But that wasn't all for the weekend, Dan.
From Pirates to Scarlet Knights, Rutgers visiting SU Soccer Stadium to the 66th minute, an arcing shot by Alexis Koval, saved by Rutgers goalie Emmy Simpkins. Fast forward to the 70th minute, a shot on goal by Rutgers' Rachel Cole. This one swallowed up by Brittany Angle between the pipes, sending this game to double overtime. Fast forward, Alicia Mottershead zings a shot to the upper right-hand corner of the net. That's a golden goal and a win for the Orange in double overtime. Mottershead earned a spot on the Big East Weekly Honor Roll for her heroics. And after the game, she talked about what was going through her mind leading up to that winning shot.
I saw it going into Jenna, and she's very good with laying the ball off, so I knew she'd give me an easy ball to handle, and she did, and I just kind of shut my eyes, which is not probably the right thing to do, but I knew I just had to hit it hard, and I thought the goalie would be coming across to my side of the box, so I tried to hit it back post, and she just couldn't get there in time.
Normally, when you rack up the frequent flyer miles going to and from the Midwest, you earn yourself a seat near the front of the plane.
But Syracuse volleyball didn't see a first-class ticket on its itinerary, dropping 2 matchups in Chicago and South Bend. The losses to DePaul and Notre Dame sent the Orange's Big East record to 0-3 in 2012.
First on the docket was DePaul. Sylvia Uatara's kill tied up the match at 1 set apiece, but the Cuse dropped the last 2 to give the 6-10 Blue Demons their first conference win of the season. Uatara finished the game with 11 more kills and jumped up for 3 blocks. That was behind Samantha Hins, who led the defense with 4. Emily Betteridge and Gosha Waskusha combined for 42 assists in the losing effort.
After falling short in Illinois, SU couldn't find its mojo in Indiana either, losing in straight sets to Notre Dame. The Irish won big in the first 2 before the Orange opened the third with a surge, grabbing a 17-12 edge. Syracuse was no match for reigning Big East Player of the Week Tony Ulubwe. The sophomore helped ND capitalize on a pair of SU attack errors to take the third set 25-22. The Cuse is 0-3 in Big East play, but has a chance to get in the win column this week at home against USF and Pitt.
Next week, Dan, the return of football to the Hill. Syracuse hosts Pittsburgh in its Big East opener.
The Panthers have dominated this series of late, winning 7 straight in the conference rivalry.
That dates all the way back to 2004 when Darrelle Revis started at cornerback for Pitt. 8 days later, Secretary of State Colin Powell resigned and was replaced by Condoleezza Rice.
What's certain is that Revis Island isn't roaming the NFL turf, and Hillary Clinton's job is safe in the election season. We also know you can get more SU sporting news and notes at sportsblog.citrustv.net and on Twitter at CitrusTV Sports.
And don't forget to like our Facebook page. He's Dan Cohen. I'm Kevin Barry. You've been on the web, on the bench, on the web.
What is this, Inception?